investors in the Nigerian equities market sustained the profit-taking momentum experienced this week despite buying interest in Boa Foods and Airtel Africa. Analysts expect investors to continue to rebalance their portfolios in the coming days. Oyindamola Oyenuga, an investment research analyst at Meristem Securities, joins me now for a market update. Thank you so much for your time today, Oyinda. Let's first get into the sentiments today and what's driving market activity.
So, looking at performance so far, from the first trading day of this week, even down to Tuesday and even today, I've seen a lot of profit-taking activity, specifically in the banking sector and even the insurance sector. So, for many of these stocks, stocks have really traded high, and even looking at the market currently, we're seeing a lot of negative sentiment that is currently prevalent in the market and has been, for about 3 weeks now. And so we're seeing a lot of profit-taking activity in the financial services sector, particularly banking and even the insurance sector. So all of that is, people are taking profit on a couple of these tickers that have traded really high over the period.
And let's get to some other sectors that we're looking at here. I know you cover the consumer goods space, and I'd like you to speak to some of the earnings we've seen come out from there and what's driving sentiments in that space as well.
Okay, so for the consumer goods sector, largely performance has been mixed, right? We've seen players like Boa Foods, UACN, Unilever, International Breweries, and amongst others, release their results. Even flour mills, right, release their results, and so far performance has been mixed. For some of them, like Boa Foods, Unilever, and UACN, the performance has been good. Supported by impressive revenue figures, increases in price, and even increases in volume for some of their products. We've seen increase in revenue across different segments for UACN and even Boa Foods. Across all of their segments, we've seen revenue increases. Although yes, the consumer goods sector is one that battles with significant costs, right, due to the high inflationary environment and high input cost, high operational cost. But for many of these players, like I mentioned, Boa Foods, UACN, Unilever, strong top line growth has really supported their performances. On the other hand, we've seen companies release results. Case in point, International Breweries that released its earnings very recently. We saw how performance was. Revenue growth was quite, let's say, impressive, right? It grew up about just 21% during the period. That's for the 2023 full year results that came out. Although, the cost was significantly high due to operational costs, due to the inflationary environment and things like that. But looking at foreign exchange revaluation losses, many of consumer goods players have really struggled with foreign exchange revaluation losses, and this has really dragged their bottom line. For a company like International Breweries, their PAT declined to about 60 billion, as at this 2023 result that we just released.
Yeah, still quite a lot of results to come in the market now. But in terms of the ones that you are more keen to see, and how do you expect the market to react when some of them come out?
So, currently, market is down. Like I mentioned, we saw market down from Monday even down to Wednesday, and I think that investors' reaction to some of these results is quite muted. Like I mentioned before, that we're seeing negative sentiment currently prevalent in the market, and we're seeing profit taking in a lot of all of these tickers. So I think market reaction to results is quite muted. Yes, people are currently on the lookout for even more results to come, but a lot of the results that we have seen are largely expected, especially in the consumer goods sector. Like I mentioned, the issue with foreign exchange valuation losses. Many of all of these results were quite expected, but market is really reacting to all that is happening. The profit taking, people are taking profit on significant stocks that have gained significantly over the period. So that's what it is currently.
Yeah, definitely quite a lot to look forward to then. Thank you so much for your time on the show today. I've been speaking to Oyindamola Oyenuga, an investment research analyst at Meristem Securities.